Very welcome. So today we'll be performing 5 tasks. We'll be sketching a flower vase, then we'll be watercoloring it, then we'll be editing it in Adobe Photoshop, and then we'll apply it in the calendar in Adobe Illustrator, and then we'll try and create a social media post. So these are the basic necessities that you want for yourself before starting. Then while sketching, I try and create a grid or the basic divisions, first the vertical line and then the division of quarter, or depending upon the subject in front of you, you must divide the layout into grids so that your container or the subject is balanced and uniform. Sketching is the fundamental first thing that one must learn before starting painting because that is how you get the essence of the form. And when you're sketching on paper, you must try and draw very slight lines. That is, the pencil should be uh, pressing the surface on the paper very lightly because after the painting is done, you would like to remove the pencil marks, and light sketching will definitely help you also while painting, as black pigment from the pencil, the lead pigment will not merge with the watercolors. So try and make sure that your sketch is very light. So what I'm trying to do here is that I'm creating just the basic structure and not really the exact flower because that I will be doing with the help of the colors. And if you're a beginner, the patience with the layering uh, cannot really come like in the first few steps. You will get the hold of the layers eventually, but the layers are the basic necessities for the watercolor because otherwise every color layer that you try and put over the previous layer to enhance the image will not be able to see because it will then just merge because they are the watercolors, right? So you have to make sure that after the base has dried, then only you are coming again for the second layer to enhance your painting. Do not try to go for realism. After the sketch, just make sure that how are you balancing the image. Make sure that the structure is falling correctly and the image is making you happy, because if you are happy, definitely the person who will watch it after you will also feel the happiness. So don't just try and look again to the subject or refer it to the actual image again and again. Just now look into your art and see how can you enhance it, and be faithful and trust your gut that eventually, if even if at this moment it is not what it should be, eventually you'll get there. See, at this point in time, it is nowhere looking like what it will look afterwards or what it is supposed to look like. So you have to apply layers of colors, and eventually when you are going for the next layers, the water quantity in the color should decrease, right? Because otherwise it will just merge and no difference uh, will be visible. So many people have asked me to teach them or help teach them, right? The watercolors. I've always struggled with this thought, and I really um, have honor for those who teach art because I believe uh, art is something that cannot be taught, but definitely the basic signs, like where the light is falling and where the shadow is dropping, and how you should take care of those things in a painting can be taught, but definitely I feel that it is the process of the one own self. And once you start, you'll eventually know your mistakes and the areas where you think you're not good at. And after a couple of effort and artworks and failures, you'll definitely succeed. So, if you're a beginner and thinking what should be really your first course of action, don't just hesitate, okay, and don't just have questions in your mind. Just take that white paper. It can be intimidating, but just start with something, okay? And eventually you'll lead to a place better than before. And you'll be really happy with it. So just start trying. So now I have brought that artwork into Photoshop, and I'm enhancing it with some filters and exposure and curves. And now when I'm happy with that layout, I've brought it into Adobe Illustrator, and now I'll be going forward and create the calendar, the digital calendar for the first month of this new year, that is January 2021. And yes, so here it goes. Definitely you will not like some of the colors initially that you've used in your artwork. That is the beauty of the digital artworks, that you can anytime change the color and undo things. That is really not an option in a real physical painting, right? So, and the skill of using layers in a digital artwork is very important. It will help you undo the things that you don't like in an artwork faster and easily without um, getting messier with each and every stroke. So when you've created the layer, and if you're not happy with those set of layers together, you can definitely remove the layer or modify it by locking the previous layers and just working on that particular one. So eventually you'll get the whole of the layers as well. So the way you have to be patient and learn the skill of letting the watercolors dry of the base layer in a physical artwork, that is very similar to the skill that you need to acquire in a digital artwork. When you're new, you'll definitely struggle with the layers as well. I did, and with same with the physical watercolors on paper as well. So definitely that is something it that comes with time. I believe artwork should be um, appreciated and also used in the um, applications. Art is a very beautiful form of expression, and while it is used for expressing oneself, it should also be very um, much used for the good application and usability. And now these days, the way the applications are just incorporating artworks in every sense of their being is beautiful to see, because we as humans um, crave for beauty, and we crave for the beautiful things around us, and it is very important that our applications not only just have the creative side to it, but also colors and form really help you decide you and navigate you correctly across the pages and help you perform the right tasks with ease. So, art is something which is really beneficial at all sets and fields of the living being. And if you're interested in art, you must pursue it. It is just the layout that now I'm working on. The January you are seeing right now will not remain for long. I'm also not happy with it if you're not and you're thinking about it. Mm. So there is this rules and grids section at the right side. I was familiar with it in the Adobe XD software. I wasn't really much aware of it in Illustrator, but um, now when I'm watching this, I'm realizing that okay, I could have used the grids function and I would have replicated the grid very conveniently from that particular operation. This ruler and grids. The way the digital software can sometimes enhance your actual physical artwork is amazing to see. And if you're someone who really likes to do the physical art and feel that it can be more enhanced digitally, you must try. And the results will be such that nobody else can create them or replicate them for sure because your hand and the watercolors used on a physical artwork um, defines the entire subject, and no matter how much you can do with the software manipulations or updations, mm, if the artwork isn't good in the actual physical form, it will not be good in the software. The tonal values, the shadows, the lights, it all plays a very important role in every form of art. And so, yes, if you're someone who thinks that okay, you wish to try both and learn both, it is a very beautiful experience that you are going ahead with. So, here I am. So, you must be thinking why there is so much space after the date. So, I'm a person who believes and tracks my daily routine, so that space helps me write the things which I've done for the day in that particular area and then track myself. So, from here, I've been able to come here and then I was working more on it to create the social media post, and I was really amazed by it, right? The way the flowers are looking, the mandala, everything is so beautiful. Thank you.